Hi, my name is Tyler Gaspich. I'm the Director of Academic Technologies at the Academy of Notre Dame, and I wanted to introduce one of my new tools that I just discovered last year that has completely changed one of my classes, and I've actually used it for professional development as well. It's called Padlet. I'm pretty sure it's a more well-known device, but I just started using it in my design thinking class, and it completely changed the game for us. So, in the design thinking class, one aspect of the design thinking process is all about coming up with patterns and pattern recognition, especially considering that students have collected copious amounts of data, qualitative data. And organizing all that data into the commonalities has always been a bit of a pain point for some students. We usually do a hodgepodge of post-it notes, and they will just create a whole board of post-it notes. And it was done and felt kind of wasteful, but it was effective because it got students seeing, all right, this can go here and this can be organized in this manner. But Padlet has completely changed this. They're able to do the exact same idea, entirely digital. They're able to color coordinate things similar to how they could in real life, but they were able to do it much more efficiently without that waste. We actually then used this idea in our global classroom where students from our school partnered with students from Singapore, and the results were absolutely incredible. You saw these two schools across the world identifying this pattern within just through this medium. Normally something that would have to been done in person, we're now doing across the world, and they could then have a richer conversation because they're both identifying their own little patterns. And it actually led to an interesting cultural discussion because how some groups partnered, their collection made a lot of sense in one nation, but in the other nation, that collection didn't make a lot of sense. So it actually led to a really enriching discussion as well. This clustering, it's called in design thinking. So I'm actually going to show in a moment what the screen looked like, what a Padlet screen looks like, and specifically one of the global classroom Padlets, just so that you can see what the students were doing. This was the sample Padlet screen from our global classroom. This group specifically featured 2 Notre Dame students and 2 students from a school in Singapore, and their project was focusing on stress management, so how the two cultures managed stress and dealt with stress in an academic setting, and they ultimately were to come up with a solution to this problem. And you can see that first off, the layout is extremely friendly. It's very user-friendly. They use these arrows as a means to show the connection. Other students were able to drag and drop and organize based on lists or actual little data collections. But you can see that's what this group did. And that's one of the benefits of Padlet is that it is very user-friendly. If students want to organize in a particular manner, they have that capability. If they want to go by color, if they wanted to go by literally these collections, that looks like this group did some titles as well to highlight some of these other trends, and then seeing just again identifying these patterns in a very simple manner. What's awesome about this is that you could then also do some other things, like if you wanted to export it or even print it out so that you can have that hard copy, or if you just needed to show people beyond the Padlet, you can do that. Or you can even invite people to view this Padlet and add to it, which made it extremely collaborative, one of the biggest features that drew me to this, other than the accessibility. So just by incorporating Padlet, it really changed my timing in the design thinking class, and I'm actually going to start trying to use this in our professional development now, just as an organizational tool that teachers can add to, they can add their ideas to. I think 2018 was the year of the Padlet for me. I would love to hear what your thoughts were, how you use Padlet, or if there's some other device that you use that might accomplish the same things that I'm trying to do in a simpler manner. Hopefully my Twitter handle has appeared below, and thanks for listening.